crafting a closet for fun here? What is he doing in
Been
there?
having really strange dreams lately.
Thanks for sending me that miniature.
What? I didn't send that. I thought you made it. What is he doing in there?
Been having really strange dreams lately.
Get someone crafting a closet for fun here? What is he doing
Been having really strange dreams lately.
Thanks for sending me that miniature.
What? I didn't send that. I thought you made it. What is he doing in there?
Strange dreams. Strange dreams. Strange dreams.
Crowforest reviews. Today, we're going to be looking at Toy Story of Terror. Yeah, I'm done with my long box of the damn impression. Anyway, wow, the lighting really sucks. Anyway, what are you doing here? I already finished my Halloween review.
You will pay for what you have done.
What?
You call this a Halloween episode?
Well, yeah, it was all scary and crap.
How dare you have a Halloween episode and not invite me?
Well, clearly I didn't really need you. It turned out just fine without you.
Insolent boy, you'll know me better. Reviewing my movie.
Reviewing your movie? I'm not reviewing your movie. I have a theme here, and the Phantom of the Opera is not part of that theme. So unless you can show me a Lego version or something, we're done here.
But that is precisely the one I wish you to review.
Well, the joke's on you, dummy. There never was a Lego Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, but there was. And that is precisely the version I wish you to review.
No. Even if there was a Lego Phantom of the Opera, which, there wasn't, I've already done my Halloween review. Maybe next year.
You will curse the day you did not do all that the Phantom asked of you.
Alright, fine, I'll do it. Jeez! Never do that again! Well, I guess join us next time for the Halloween episode. There never was a Lego Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, but there was. And that is precisely the version I wish you to review.
I can't find anything.
You will pay for what you have done.
Unless he couldn't mean. But I made this years ago. I never even finished it. I couldn't. Not after the accident. The worst moment of my life, forever immortalized on digital film. Wait, what's this? Apparently I was so distraught that I inadvertently left the camera running. What the hell? So that's it. The accident somehow brought the Phantom to life, and now he wants revenge for my abandonment of his story arc. But why now?
But I wrote that years ago. If you wanted revenge, why did you wait until now to get it? You could have appeared to me at any time. It would have been pointless to appear to you before. I wanted recognition for my suffering. You could not give me that. Not alone, anyway. Then why do it now? When I saw that you were starting a review,
I knew that people would want to hear what you had to say. I saw an opportunity to have my voice heard, and I took it.
Well, the joke's on you. No one's ever gonna watch this lame show.
Silence! You will give me closure!
Why so silent, good monsieur? Did you think I'd left you hanging for good? Did you miss me, good monsieur? I have written you a screenplay. Here I bring the finished script. Phantom in Lego.
You realize that's my song you're ripping off, right?
Oh, shut up! I'm trying to work with you here.
Hello and welcome to Crowforest Reviews. The Phantom of the Opera.
There. Are you happy now?
Riffing comes too late. Turn around, you're second rate.
Oh, shut up. Fine. Then what do you want me to do to make it up to you?
Well, there is one thing.
Yes?
Crap, I thought there was going to be a jump cut there. Release me. You gave me your word.
Bad idea. Very handy in a tight spot, this guy.
No, he isn't!
I hold your story arc fulfilled. Go. Be at peace. Do you think we'll ever see him again, Bunny? I just don't know. What parallel dimension has he even gone to?
And is interdimensional travel even possible? Was he ever even here? Or was he perhaps but a figment of my own fevered imagination?
Who the hell cares?
I guess you're right, Bunny. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Guess I'll just be glad that things are finally getting back to normal around here.
safe. If there was any poisonous gas in here, it's dissipated by now. Now, do you mind telling me what's going on? The feds just came in and took over my case and refused to give me any details.
We've had a number of seemingly connected cases all across the country. In every incident, the victims are killed inside a locked room with no markings on them or any other obvious indicator of how they might have died. Our going theory is that they were all poisoned with some type of gas, possibly chlorine gas given the presence of both bleach and ammonia at all the crime scenes, but Trace has never turned up anything to confirm this. Honestly, it's a little creepy. It's like all these people just died for no reason. Newspapers have even started calling him the Phantom Killer.
Sorry, I still don't quite understand why this is your case. I mean, sure, there's certain similarities between the cases you're describing, but what reason do you have to suspect a serial killer? Where's the signature?
That's your signature.
What the hell is that thing?
Exactly what we've been trying to figure out.
The detail is incredible. Even the clocks read the same.
Yeah, and every crime scene has had a clock stopped at this time.
Time of death?
Possibly. But we're thinking that it might have more significance. Are you familiar with the phrase, the 11th hour?
Sure. Nutjobs think the world is coming to an end use it as a way of saying the apocalypse is almost upon us. Why?
Well, we think the killer is using it in a similar way, except in this case, he's saying that it's already past the 12th hour and their world has already come to an end.
Did you move anything in this?
No. Huh. You know, some of my colleagues will swear up and down that the figures in the miniature move on their own when no one's looking. I've never seen it happen before this, though.
Either I'm crazy or this is a very different setup than a second ago.
They definitely are, but I have no idea what would cause that. Do we have an ID?
No, we don't.
That's not surprising. We haven't been able to get an ID on any of our victims yet. It's like they had no contact with the outside world whatsoever.
How is that even possible?
It's not. And yet, no one has any memory of these people. It's like they were just erased from existence. The Phantom Killer isn't just a phantom himself. He creates them.
Crowforest? Are you alright?
Yeah.
Another nightmare?
It's never come through so clear before. I was at a crime scene. The coroner was there. Someone was dead.
Who was dead?
I don't know. No one knows. It's like she was just erased.
It was just a dream.
But it wasn't a dream. I know it wasn't. I know who did this.
Who?
I found that last night. Listen, Crowforest, it's not that I don't believe you, but you really need to get some more sleep. You'll think more clearly in the morning. Good night.
What have I done?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? The Phantom is a serial killer. He was living in my house for 5 years, and now I've released him back into the world he victimized. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. He seemed like such a nice guy. He couldn't possibly be a serial killer. Unless... Oh, of course. Why didn't I see this before? It's so simple.
Are you actually going to explain, or are you just going to leave us hanging?
Oh, Bunny, I couldn't possibly explain. It's just too complicated.
Wait a minute. Is it too complicated to possibly explain, or is it so simple? I'm confused.
It's easy to understand, but it's not easy to explain.
You calling me stupid?
No! I mean, not really. I mean, you can be a real pain sometimes. Okay, fine. Are you familiar with the concept of Schrodinger's cat?
Yes.
The idea is that if you have a cat in a box, then it exists in the state of being both alive and dead until it's observed.
I said yes. Stop explaining.
I think that the same type of dual existence demonstrated by Schrodinger's cat allowed the Phantom to commit all those murders while still being trapped in my room.
It's our room, not your room.
I think that might also account for a type of split personality disorder.
Wait, what?
Consider Schrodinger's cat again. If we were to apply human traits to the cat, what type of a personality do you think we'd come up with?
I think it's highly offensive that you said human traits. I am a bunny.
I think it's very probable that we would have to build two entirely separate profiles. I think the living cat would be playful, but the dead cat would be vengeful. And in the same way, the personality of the Phantom I met was friendly, but the personality in Lego World is a serial killer.
Wait. You're saying that the Phantom you met was friendly? He threatened to kill you if you didn't finish a video project.
Yes, he did. Even his light side has a dark streak. I really don't want to meet his dark side.
Then don't. Let them sort it out.
I can't do that, Bunny. I unleashed a serial killer on these people. Hell, I might have created a serial killer. I have to make this right.
Well, if you really feel that way about it, I will help you on this mission of yours.
You will?
Oh, hell no. You're on your own, sucker.
Thanks a lot. Well, I guess I can't really worry about it right now. I need something to take my mind off of this. Say, Bunny, what's next on the review list?
Let's see. Looks like Coraline.
Great. That'll calm me down.
No! Crowforest is our friend.
Crowforest betrayed us.
I won't hurt him.
Crowforest must die. Do you mind getting that, Harvey?
Crowforest? You got a package from the demonic Elseworld again! I've never seen anything like it before.
Really? Because I thought it looked kind of like your bedroom.
Would somebody remind me to hit him later? The detail is terrifying. Impressive. But yes, terrifying. All the more terrifying because, however hard I try, even knowing where this came from, I find it impossible to think of this as anything other than impressive. What does that say about me? It says that you have an eye for fine art.
Or that you have the mind of a serial killer.
No, he's right, Harvey. I do have the mind of a serial killer. I don't even know what to say.
Even looking at this, I can't help but feel a sick sense of pride for his accomplishments. I know what I have to do.
Do you still have my gun, Doc?
All ready to go.
Hello, Con.
What do you want with me?
How about this for starters?
What do you want me to do with this?
It doesn't do anything. I want you to make it do something.
Made any progress?
It's a little slow going with this inferior equipment.
Stop making excuses.
Excuses? For old tool's sake, you've given me a box of scraps to work with.
Yeah, well, just be glad I didn't stick you in a cave.
He thinks he's all that. Well, I'd like to see him try and do this.
This might do the trick. As you can see, I have grafted a small isolinear tag onto the tip of the Nerf bullet. This tag, when activated by a pressure greater than that of wind resistance, will create a tiny rip in the space-time continuum, causing a phase variance. This, of course, will allow both the bullet and the causer of the pressure to pass through the invisible barrier between worlds.
What?
Interdimensional transports.
Ow! What?
Do try not to be such an imbecile. You did not understand a word of what I just said, did you?
Not a word.
Just what are you planning to do with that?
What has to be done. Don't try and stop me.
I wasn't going to.
Well, someone could try and stop me. You guys are no help. Did you have a chance to reconfigure my bullet stock?
Yes, I did. Just don't get 'em mixed up. Who knows where you might end up?
Excellent, thank you.
Well, here goes.
Got to remember to crouch before doing that. Ugh.
Now, where am I supposed to go from here? That looks promising.
So you've come at last. Did you get my presents?
Yeah, I did. It was very thoughtful of you.
Yes, I thought it was rather fitting creating a miniature of your world. After all, that is much the same way that you created my world.
Yeah, about that. How did that happen again? I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Well, this is certainly unusual. It's not every day that a creator will ask his creation how he came to be. Very well, I will humor you. Come with me. Just a little trip back through time.
How is this possible?
I do not belong to either world, and as such, their laws of relativity and the like have no meaning for me. You are simply coming along for the ride.
Thanks, that cleared it up.
Here we are. This is where it all started.
Hey, I remember this. This is the time I tried to cast a spell on that old mirror. But the spell didn't even work. How is this relevant?
Oh, but the spell did work, just not as you intended.
What do you mean? The spell had no effect. Look, you can see it clearly from here.
Sometimes, in order to truly see clearly, it has to be a little bit foggy. The red light is your spell.
Of course, my spell reflected off the mirror. It's so simple. How did I not see this before? But that still doesn't explain how your world came to be.
That is because we are not done yet. You ended up enchanting everything in your room except for the one thing you had intended. I guess the only question that remains is why were you attempting to cast an image to reality spell on your mirror in the first place?
I wasn't. I was trying to do the exact opposite. I had bought the mirror secondhand, so I was casting the spell as a precaution to remove any previous incantations, restore the reality back to the mirror image. But when my spell got reflected back, it must have somehow reversed the polarity of my magic, causing the opposite effects.
Not quite. See, your spell traveled in two directions after hitting the mirror. In your room, nothing was changed, but in your mirror room, everything was enchanted. Creating a mirror universe duplicate, and leaving only one link between the two worlds. Me. I waited for years for you to notice me, to set me free from the existential horror of being trapped between two worlds, never truly being in either. I wondered why you would do such a thing to me, but then I learned why. It's fun to cause pain to others, to take joy in their suffering. I could not get to you,
but I took great pleasure in killing the residents of Lego World, my favored brethren, as it were. At first, the kill itself was enough, but soon I discovered that I needed something more, so I started refining my methods. I started building miniature versions of their dwellings and symbolically killing the little version of themselves inside it, much as you yourself did to me.
But if you're only building models and you can't actually leave this room, then how are you killing them?
Because, dear Crowforest, my unique situation had granted me a power. I, like you, could build, and by building make it real. See, I am not just creation, but creator as well. I have been gifted and cursed with the fate of carrying out both roles for all eternity. I could build anything I wanted, and upon destroying what I had built, I destroyed the reality behind it, the reality you had built.
Sympathetic magic?
Ah, yes, I like that term. It's so fitting.
But how is that possible? Even if you did somehow receive some of my powers of creation, you were only half in my world. Any powers that you had would have been greatly reduced.
It was reduced, but it was also amplified, refracted into a new plane of existence.
That's not how any of that works.
No, but it's a really good line. And since you're apparently done listening to me, I guess it's time to kill you. Goodbye, dear Crowforest.
Why don't you stop me, Crowforest?
It would be easy, but you know you deserve this. I will kill you in the same way that you destroyed me, by taking a mere representation and making it real. Oh, how I want to press this down into place. How I long to see you ripped from the very timeline. You and all of your wretched creation along with you. I have waited for this moment for so long. But I am no monster like you, Crowforest. I will not be so arrogant as to play God and give my victim no choice in the matter. So what's it going to be, Crowforest? Am I going to kill you, or are you going to kill me? I asked you a question, Crowforest. Are you going to kill me, your own creation, your own victim, when I have done nothing but what you yourself made me to do? Or are you going to allow me to kill you, and by doing so destroy the world that you so lovingly created? I won't wait much longer. This is the choice. This is the point of no return. Time's up, Crowforest. So who's it going to be? You or me?
Actually, I have a better idea.
And just what are you planning to do with that? Send me back through the mirror?
Not quite.
What? How?
I simply pulled it from the duat.
The what?
the Duat. Or in layman's terms, hammer space. I hereby banish you to the Phantom Zone.
Crowforest, are you okay?
No! No, I'm not okay!
Hey, listen. You didn't mean for all those people to die. This is not your fault.
Yeah? Well, try telling that to their families. Oh, wait, you can't. Because they were erased from the timeline, so now they don't even have families anymore. Well, not families who remember them anyway.
Look, I think you're focused on the wrong thing here. If it wasn't for you, these people would never have experienced life in the first place. What little time they had because you gave it to them. Try focusing on that.
You're right. I did give them life. I gave them life just so I could take it away from them. Does that sound like the work of a good, loving God to you? You don't have to answer that. I already know the answer.
Look, we all have things in our past that we're not proud of, but we need to move on. He's not going to hurt anyone else ever again. Let it go.
No, he won't. Because I finished him off. Tell me, what gives me that right?
I'm not sure I follow.
I sent him to the Phantom Zone. But why? He was only doing what I had made him to do. Why should I punish him for crimes that were ultimately my own?
We may never know the answer to questions like that. All we can do is the best we can with the knowledge we have. Come on, let's go get a drink.